friends, welcome back. Today's my October bullet journal setup and I am so excited for you to see it. I did a semi-spooky theme. I am a scaredy cat, so I didn't do anything too scary. I like kind of the cutesy Halloween stuff a little more than the scary Halloween stuff. So today we have a cutesy little Halloween thing. It was so much fun to make and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright, let's just jump right into it. So here I'm going to start making my cover page. I've already written everything out in pencil just so it's easier for filming, and I have pasted in some of these paper strips, I guess you could call them, blobs, I don't know, and I just found this paper at Walmart. Really, you can use whatever paper you want. I love pasting things into my bullet journal. I think it adds some fun texture and I just like it a lot, so I decided to do that for this theme. You can see me drawing out a little ghosty and some little pumpkins. The quote on the left I chose to do was "Double, double, toil and trouble" from Macbeth. It's my favorite Shakespeare play, and I thought that it just was fitting for this theme because it's October and it's spooky and, you know, witches and stuff. So I'm drawing out some little pumpkins down here at the bottom. I really like this time of year for bullet journaling because pumpkins are such an easy doodle to add to whatever you're doing, and so it's a lot of fun. Here I'm just filling in the sunglasses on my ghost. I used a larger size micron for this. I used my size 5. That way it's just easier to fill it in, otherwise it gets kind of tedious and streaky and stuff, so I just decided to use a larger pen nib for it. Here I'm just erasing out all of my pencil marks. Again, kind of tedious, but I think that using a pencil, I don't know how other people use pencils, or don't use pencils, and they just draw it out in ink from the get-go, because I feel like I would ruin everything, and so I use pencils, and it's tedious to erase all of it, but I think it looks better in the end, and I'm afraid of ruining it with my mistakes, so yeah, that's what I choose to do. Here I'm just adding some color into the pumpkins. I got these brush pens on Amazon like a year or two ago. They're honestly not the highest of quality. They're pretty cheap, but they work. What's great about bullet journaling is, you always see people who have these like really, really awesome, high quality, expensive products, and those products are great, but not everyone can afford that, and so it's kind of nice to just have some cheaper options. So that's what I'm using here. They work perfectly fine too, and I think they're great for beginners because it's easy to fray the end of a brush tip. Like it gets frayed and then you can't use it if you don't know how to use it correctly. So I think a cheaper option like this is really good because then you have the ability to practice on something that is cheaper versus, ruining something that's more expensive because you just didn't have enough practice yet, which is totally fine. Like, you're not going to know how to do it immediately. So here I'm flipping to the next page and I'm putting in my gratitude log and goals page. I love having a gratitude log. I know it sounds cheesy, but I honestly think that writing down something you're grateful for every single day makes your life significantly better. Like, knowing that you are grateful and that there are things in your life that are awesome and remembering that makes every day a little bit easier. And everyone has bad days, and on those bad days, if you can just take a step back and say, what happened today that was good? What was good about my day today? I think that really just can change a lot, and changing your mindset to do that, I think, makes you a happier person overall. Same with writing down goals. I think that writing down your goals will make you so much more productive and you'll feel a lot better about the things that you're doing. And along those same lines, I think it's important to write down reasonable goals. if you want to start waking up earlier, say your end goal is to wake up at 6 a.m., maybe start small, right? Like say, okay, I'm going to wake up at 7:30 a.m. today, and I'm going to do that for a week. And then I'll go down to 7 a.m. And so I think, having somewhere to write down these goals, help you remember them, and have them be reasonable is going to make you really happy, because you'll be able to reach them. You'll be able to get to your long-term goals a lot easier, and it will just be awesome. So at this point, I realized that my calendar page stuck together, so I flipped back to fill it out. I had pasted in these little black bars at the top with just some black craft paper, I guess is what you call it. And so those little things had gotten stuck together because I used some glue tape. I love glue tape. It makes it so much easier to put things in your bullet journal. I used to use just a straight up glue stick, and it was the worst. It made my pages all wrinkly. It didn't stick very well. It was sticky all over my fingers. I just hate the way glue sticks feel. They're nostalgic, but at what cost? So I love glue tape. So here I'm just filling out my calendar. I added an awkward little box there at the bottom because I didn't want to redraw the whole thing, and it was only one day. So, sometimes months are like that, and sometimes you gotta just kind of put another extra little box in there. Here at the bottom, I'm drawing these little mini pumpkins. I got this idea from Caitlin DeSilva here on YouTube. She did that in her October bullet journal, and I just think they're so cute. It's like pumpkin confetti. How great is that? I love the idea of that, having little pumpkin confetti. So I decided to put those in here at the bottom. I just think that's a fun way to spice up your page, and I don't know, calendar pages for me are usually just mostly for function, and I don't like to get too carried away with decorating them just because, I don't know, they're functional for me, and that's okay if some pages in your bullet journal are only for function and they're not super beautiful by any means. But I think kind of adding little doodles like this can help spice it up enough that you want to use it, but not too much that it's distracting to your purpose in using it. Again, here I'm just erasing out my little pencil lines. I was going to add color to this spread. I was going to color in all these little pumpkins, and I just completely forgot. And it's been a while since I filmed this, since right now I'm doing the voiceover. It's been a little later, and I still haven't filled those in. So, sometimes plans change, and sometimes you don't, go back in and do those little things, and that's okay. I like the way this calendar page turned out. I think that it is really cute, and I kind of like having it be black and white. It's a little more simple, and so it's fun. But anyway, so flipping on to my next page, I decided to do a scripture study log. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so reading scriptures is very important to me. It's something I do as a religious person to just connect with God and to, really keep track of where I'm at and things I can improve on and things I can be grateful for and how I can help others. And I think that reading my scriptures really helps me do that and just makes me feel nicer. And I think feeling nicer helps you act nicer as well. And so I decided to put this little tracker in there just so I can keep track of it and remember, because it's easy to forget to do little things like that. On the other side of the spread, I'm writing in a little quote page. It says, "I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers." It's by L.M. Montgomery. She's the author of Anne of Green Gables. Actually, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but they wrote Anne of Green Gables, which is a beautiful book, by the way. If you have not read Anne of Green Gables, I highly recommend it. It made me sob, and it's just lovely. I had drawn some little pumpkins at the top, and then I just didn't quite like the way it looked, so I erased them. Another benefit of using a pencil first. If you don't like something, you can just take it out and you don't have to worry about it anymore. That happens sometimes, and it's totally okay if you change your mind on things. So here I'm doing my first weekly spread. This month I wanted to try using tabs. I've seen Plant-Based Bride on YouTube do this. She uses a rolling weekly system. I'm honestly not exactly sure how rolling weekly works. I know she has a video on it, so if you're interested on how rolling weeklies work, you can go look at her channel. She has really cool content, and she's like an amazing artist. But anyway, she does these tabs, and so I wanted to try it, and I realized that I had cut out more pages than I needed to, which is why the goal page or the scripture study page is like smaller, because I accidentally cut it and I wasn't supposed to, but it still worked and it was still enough space, so it's okay. But my recommendation is that if you're going to cut your bullet journal, really make sure you know what you're doing first and double check where you were supposed to be cutting before you cut out all the pages. I'm just adding some color to this. I like how functional these are, but again, sometimes you need it to be cute enough that you want to use it. And so I just wanted to add some color, make it festive. I mean, it's fall. We need some fall colors in there. So here I am, featuring the top of my head. I am going to be coloring in these tabs. So I started doing this with, again, my 5 size micron, and I just grabbed a scrap from where I had trimmed off the page to put behind it so that I didn't accidentally color on a page that I wasn't supposed to or anything. So I started filling it in with this micron, and then I very quickly realized that the micron was just too small of a size. I like the ink that it has, but it's just too small. So I went and grabbed a different marker. It's from the same set that my other brush pens are in. So I just drew a straight line here to try to make it look nice, and then just kept filling it in with this brush pen instead, and it was way easier, way faster. I did 2 coats of it so that it would look more pigmented, but just, yeah, if you're gonna fill something in like that, don't use a fine liner. Don't make the mistakes I've made. Use just a marker, because it's way easier and you'll waste less ink, which is always the goal. So I decided I wanted to fill these in because I just thought it would give it a nice little pop. Again, Plant-Based Bride did this in hers, and I saw the black and I was just like, wow, that looks really cool. And so I wanted to try it, and I really liked how this turns out. I think that it made it look very classy, and just put together. It made me feel put together having these colored tabs, and I like the way it looks with the other spreads. When we get to the final flip through here in just a second, I just love the way that this turned out. So flipping through the rest of the spreads to show you my cover page, I love the way this turned out, guys. I think this one was so much fun. This theme and spreads like this make me glad that I do bullet journaling because it just turned out so good. I mean, look at those black tabs. Look at the way it looks against the goal page. I mean, so nice, so beautiful. So I'm really excited for this. I'm excited to try out this style of weekly spreads, and I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and that's it. Alright, that was it. That was my October bullet journal setup. I hope you guys liked it. If you're gonna recreate it, please tag me on Instagram so that I can see it too. My Instagram is @sk.creative. All of the supplies that I used today will be listed down below, and I'll try to link as many as I can. I'm bad at finding links, to be honest, but I'll try so that you can use them too, because they're awesome products. So yeah, if you like this video, leave it a like and subscribe for more videos from me. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. Bye!